Hey everybody, this is Brandon Wensing. I'm the web analyst here with DaBrian Marketing Group. Today's topic, better conversion attribution using tools like Google Analytics. To start off here, let me paint a bit of a picture for you. You're the marketing manager for a company that manufactures and sells sprockets and widgets online. You'll have to excuse the cliche example. It's one we heard a lot in college. You've developed plans for marketing campaigns for these products, ranging from billboards to paid search as well as social media, and you actually got the stamp of approval from all your higher-ups. You've even gone as far as setting up Google Analytics to track the results of these marketing campaigns via conversion tracking. In the first week, you've already seen completed transactions, and you even know which campaigns and sources led to those transactions. But this is just based on the final touch point. Maybe these visitors discovered the product prior to that session via a different traffic medium. It's hard to justify decisions on where to allocate marketing dollars based on these kinds of narrow insights. It's essentially a knee-jerk reaction, and when you're dealing with this much money, that can be a very dangerous thing. Knowing what those earlier touch points are would surely add value to those other initiatives that might not have led to the actual transaction directly. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this a little more in depth and see how you can use a tool like Google Analytics to uncover the true value of all marketing initiatives. So let's get back to the root of the problem. Essentially, companies and organizations are throwing all sorts of marketing tactics at a wall, or a target in the case of this visual, and hoping something sticks or hits the bullseye. The problem is that there's no way to measure it or effectively demonstrate whether or not those marketing tactics led to the outcome that they wanted. There's a lack of attribution for all these methods, and thusly there's no value behind the tactics. A lot of these companies and organizations are essentially making educated, quote-unquote, guesses for where to allocate their marketing money. In some cases, at least, maybe some of these companies and organizations actually deployed Google Analytics, Oh, but we have a Google Analytics account. Well, that's a step in the right direction. If you want to see in the dictionary, please see better than nothing. But a vanilla deployment of Google Analytics only credits conversions to the final touch point. And when we say final touch point, that's when they arrived on the site during the session that they actually converted or made a purchase. How did they get there? It does not necessarily directly credit how they originally discovered the website, discovered the brand, or discovered the product. So basing marketing decisions on these types of insights is better than nothing, but in a lot of cases it equates to a knee-jerk reaction, and it's not the whole picture. This is not good. So how do we remedy this problem? Well, if you have Google Analytics deployed, you're already a step in the right direction. But there's more you can do. You can delve deeper. There are a lot of hidden gems and not so hidden gems built into the tool that can lead to better insights on how people are initially discovering your brand or product. One of the big things I need to stress here, and it's a common pitfall when we initially get in with clients, is that it's not a direct priority. It really needs to be. You need to get buy-in on this because it will lead to better ROI and better marketing dollar allocation. So essentially, as you can see here on the slide, extra analysis now leads to more money saved later. If you can trim the fat, that's fantastic. If it doesn't work, lose it. So let's take a look at some of the things that you can actually do to assist with attribution modeling when it comes to Google Analytics. One of the primary things you can do is actually to force first touchpoint attribution when it comes to conversions in Google Analytics. This can easily be accomplished by appending the UTM no override method to the end of all your destination URLs. When it comes to destination URLs, that's basically the page on your site that you're sending pay-per-click and display ads, social media posts, links in your newsletters, as well as QR codes on print pieces. Wherever you're sending them, make sure that URL includes that UTM no override equals 1. that basically tells Google Analytics that even if these visitors come back multiple times and don't convert until the second or third or fourth time they're at the site, it still credits that initial touch point and thusly allows you to demonstrate a lot more value for that initial discovery. One of the biggest things to keep in mind in all of this is that, especially with e-commerce websites, the customer decision process can span multiple sessions. They might bounce back and forth on your site to external reviews, to reviews of your products on your actual site before they actually decide to purchase the product or fill out the form, so on and so forth. Google Analytics actually has a pretty awesome report built into it to assist with showing these multiple sessions and these multiple touch points that lead to conversions. And it's actually called the Assisted Conversions Report. You can reach this under the multi-channel funnels section of the goals portion of your Google Analytics account. As you can see in the visual below, it gives you the list. You can sort it, but this particular visual focuses on the different traffic mediums. And it also shows you the amount of assisted conversions that resulted from those particular mediums versus last interaction conversions. Assisted conversions refers to the traffic mediums or sources that converting traffic arrived on but didn't necessarily convert on right away. And eventually they came back and converted, and that's what the last interaction conversions are. One of the nice things is it does break down assisted conversion value as well as last conversion value. So you can see that there's still value behind some of these initial touch points. So they should not be, even if they're not leading to final transactions, there's still a lot of value behind other initiatives. So essentially, these individuals are discovering the brand and product. They might be doing some research. They might be looking at other products that you offer, and then eventually they do settle on what they want to purchase or fill out. So essentially, you have the discovery, and then you've got the follow-up. Overall, this report is fantastic, and there's a lot of value behind looking at it and spending a little extra time with analysis there. So just a couple takeaways from this presentation. You're going to want to identify the different customer touch points and separate them accordingly. Figure out where people are actually discovering your brand versus when they're actually converting, when they're purchasing, when they're filling out a form. There's value in each of these touch points, and they should not be discounted or ignored. Last but not least, you're actually going to want to act on these findings. Take what you discover in these reports and through these methods and apply it to your next go around with your marketing budget. Ultimately, you'll save money and hopefully increase sales and ROI. Well, I hope you found this video useful. Be sure to check out our blog at DaBrianMarketing.com/blog for more news and tips for analytics as well as digital marketing. Thanks and have a great day.